going down? Welcome to Toy Squad episode 12. So we've got, I agree with, I saw a comment here before we started going here. I missed the show last Friday, and I am glad to be back to it this week. I'm just finalizing stuff. We're going to do like a panel show, and it should be a good time. We haven't done a little like group session on the channel for a little while now. But anyways, we're doing Toy Squad tonight, and we'll get all the bagging out of the way first. So you can go buy one of these WMC shirts. I got the long sleeve model to hide all my track marks and stuff like that, so people don't see them. And then you can go check them out at this link here. And Famon's got stuff up on T Public, and so does Eddie. And Brian doesn't, because he just doesn't. You should make that. I would totally buy that shirt. I should just make it for a day and then just buy myself one. And then I'll surprise you and wear it on a show one night or something like that.
Maybe I will.
Maybe you will. You should. I highly encourage it. And then, so I was going to see everybody coming out in the chat. I'll get to the shout outs here in a little bit. But what's everybody saying, man? We missed the show Friday, Eddie, so you're probably ready to talk about some stuff. It looks like you're ready to wrangle some cattle or bust a bronco.
I don't want to confuse anyone. It's Eddie. It's not Burt Reynolds. But yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you got the stash, though, man. You got the stash.
Burt Reynolds. Wear the hat to match the stash.
You know? Yeah, now you need like what the hell did he drive in that show? Can't remember.
A fire chicken or a thunder chicken?
Yeah, what? The Thunderbird?
Was it a thunder chicken or a Thunderbird? I mean, a fire chicken.
Fire chicken? I don't know. Some kind of he drove a car.
I don't call them birds.
Firebird. I don't know.
Yeah, it was. I think it was a Firebird. Anyways, cars. Nobody cares about cars. So Brian,
Trans Am, which is basically a Firebird, guys. By the way. Future reference.
I didn't know that, man. Did not know that. But Brian, what do you got going? I heard you don't talk about it if you don't want to, but I heard a rumor that you were maybe starting a show of your own coming up
here. Yeah. Well, I figure since everybody else is, I might as well. But it's probably just going to be strictly Eagle Force stuff. About once a month, I may have a Beta Ray Bob, he's the one that got me into that, and so I'm just kind of like using his knowledge and for a lot of that stuff, and so we'll probably do one stream a month, for a little bit until people get tired of it, I guess.
Well, I don't know. It's like I don't think anyone's really gotten tired of WMC or anything, so I think you're probably in for a long haul, bro. We got lots of content now. Yeah, man, let's do that. We'll run down what we got going on for the week. So obviously it's Toy Squad Monday nights, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tuesday is Famine. I know you guys see Famine like 3 times a week, but he does his own thing on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on his channel. And then once in a while he'll do that cryptids and crafting thing where he talks about like Bigfoots and Loch Ness monsters and stuff like that, which is like really cool. Then Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we got your Whip Wednesday with Pirates of the Galaxy over on his channel and Lord of Thane. Thursday, obviously, we have Toy Domination, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know why I'm telling you guys all the times, because you probably know anyways. And then Friday is obviously WMC at 8 o'clock. And then Saturday and Sundays are open. So anybody want to start your show there, that's your window. Saturday and Sundays are open right now. We got to fill up.
Great time slots.
Yeah, Sunday is what I'm going to shoot for.
There you go. I would be totally down to watch another live stream on a Sunday. Eventually, I'll get like 7 days of world building content, and then go from there, I guess. But I don't know. I don't have much to start with, but I want to talk to you guys about some crazy rumors that I heard about Hasbro. So I guess they're not super crazy, and chime in the comments too. So I have it on like the source is like a reliable internet source, but word has it that Hasbro only renewed their license with Disney for 2 years instead of the standard like 5 to 10 year deal.
Oh wow!
So I have some theories about that, and I'll kind of get them out there first. Like I think honestly, Hasbro, if they're not trying to like outsource all their toys, like I think they're testing the waters with McFarlane right now, like getting him to do those page punchers for them. And then, but I think I'm not sure if Hasbro has a lot of faith in those brands anymore. Just because I don't know, a lot of stuff sitting now, going to Ollie's, going to clearance. Arguably the last like round of Star Wars and the Marvel stuff movie wise has been pretty shaky. I don't know. I guess it depends on your opinion, but that's kind of my thoughts on it. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I agree. It's been shaky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you think they have like? Can you speculate on what maybe you think their end game is?
Well, I'm thinking Marvel Legends is like their bread and butter. Like, why would they get rid of Marvel Legends?
But it's licensing fees, right? So they've got their own IPs. Transformers is like you never don't see Transformers in the store. There's always some iteration of Transformers on the shelves wherever you go, whether it's for you or it's not or whatever. And they've got multiple lines running in that. And then you've got G.I. Joe, which is like actually doing really well.
Their actual bread and butter, right?
Yeah, their actual bread and butter. And you can tell the work that they put into their Marvel Legends compared to what they put into their classified, like it's like night and day, man. Like they put a lot more into GI Joe classified as far as accessories and detail and like XYZ whatever people want. I think that's because they don't pay any licensing because they own that IP. But I don't know, man. I can see like it's just shot in the dark here, but I can see Marvel Legends going over to like McFarlane or something down the road.
I'm gonna say I would hate that to be the case personally, because I hate to be like blasphemous or anything, but it's like I don't really care, for McFarlane's figures. Honestly, I mean, I just don't like the feel of them.
It's like it's a toss up though, because like I have my issues. Like, okay, you can either go with like the hard, like, and McFarlane toys do feel weird. Like they're really hard and janky kind of feeling. But on the other side, you got the Marvel Legends that are like almost basically rubber now.
That's true.
Too gummy. Yep, too gummy.
Yeah, they're too gummy. So I don't know. I would rather I don't know why McFarlane didn't just make his figures 6-inch. Like he's always got to be different. It's like when he did Spawn cards. They can't be normal size cards that you can put in a binder and stuff. They've got to be like a card and a half and blah blah. Like, he always has to do that. And I've noticed that with Todd, like over the years, is he just does these like, and I don't know why he's going back to making sports figures. Maybe they'll sell this time. But the last time he did sports figures, man, like they just like didn't do anything. I don't know. Are you guys buying them? Like the sports?
I only bought a few, and it was just to buy the Chase figures to sell on eBay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was how long ago it was. Like when Brian Urlacher played for the Bears. It was like a long time ago. Otherwise I wouldn't have been buying them at all.
Oh, that's hilarious. Adrian just got here and he's asking if that's Burt Reynolds.
No, we've been through that already, Adrian. It's not. It's just me. It's just me, Adrian. Adrian, it's just me.
Oh, here's Sig. Here's Sig. Yeah. What's sports? I hear you there. Although I'm gonna play softball.
So you were saying that that McFarlane, the Page Punchers, I guess they're going to get a line. I guess they're going to get to do Star Wars figures for a while.
I guess, and I don't know.
Isn't Page Punchers like 3-inch figures or something like that?
Yeah, they're those little tiny ones. Which ones are they doing? They're doing
5 POA.
What's the point of that? You know what I'm saying?
The comic book.
I mean,
you know what?
You play comics, you're already going to have the comic, are you not?
You know what? Like, it's funny, like you said that, because I have an example. A friend of mine, he collects toys. Like, I'm gonna collects toys, but his setup, he's got his room in the basement where he's got like his guitar and his amp and like his man cave. But that's the kind of shit he buys. So he wants that instant kind of like nostalgia on the wall. Doesn't take up much space. You're not going to open. You're not going to play with it. You're not going to world build with it. So, like, and he wants like that little like slice of what he had, like, just kind of displayed on the wall because he buys like the goofiest shit, in my opinion. Like when we go out toy hunting, I'm just watching him buy shit, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, all right.
Okay, serious question. And you guys can answer it, however you want to. But do you guys buy any of the Page Puncher stuff?
Oh, never. I would never even consider it. I think it's
Do
stupid.
you know anybody that does?
I do. Like my friend will buy them just to have the little comic book and the thing, so he can fill a wall in his man cave and be like,
right.
all my action figures, and I don't like, it's a.
But other than that, I mean, is there a niche for it?
I don't know. Bjorn says they're horrible, and I agree. There might be, but that's one of the things. Like, I don't know if it's the market completely slowing down, which I'm noticing. Like, I don't take Toys R Us into account. I've gone over that before. They're overpriced. They're overstocked because nobody buys their shit. Right. But even my GameStops, which are like probably the best prices to get toys right now, like they're building up inventory. Like I don't know what it is, and those Page Punchers are always there until they go on clearance. But it's like all the DC shit. Like all the McFarlane DC stuff sits and sits and sits and sits, and then the orange stickers come out, and then it disappears a little bit. But I mean, like they've got on my GameStop, they've got McFarlane waves from before the pandemic still sitting on the shelf. Like,
well, they probably have every wave before the pandemic that's sitting on the shelf. Like there's still those credit collection from Star Wars, The Mandalorian, that's on the shelf. There's like the armor and oh god, what's Carl Weathers, whatever his name was in the show. There's still some of those that they're trying to clearance for $19. I'm like, that's not clearance, man.
So fill Pirates of the Galaxy in on what a Page Puncher is. There, Brian.
Me? I mean, is it just a comic book with a 3-inch figure? And go ahead.
He'll drop 7-inch scale Page Punchers once in a blue moon. They'll come in a clamshell, all see through with the comic book and everything, and they're like, I have a crap ton somewhere of McFarlane, and I hate the scale. I hate it. They do sometimes. The older ones feel cheaper than the newer ones. The newer ones do feel better. I'm not gonna lie about that. The older
don't
ones
get me wrong,
super cheap.
I have about 20 of them, 20 or 25 of them myself, but it was from the earlier waves. I will get one occasionally if I think one's really cool or whatever. But I mean, it's the thing that I can kind of get behind it more if he was going to make all the DC figures, all DC characters.
He's on his way because we're getting that JLA wave here soon, and it's a few classic suits. Like we're getting Hal in a classic suit. We're getting what's his name? The other Green Lantern. John Stewart. We're getting John Stewart in a classic suit. We're getting Aquaman with that classic. You remember the classic Aquaman we got with his eyes looking to a certain way? Well, he corrected the eyes and gave him the hook hand.
Hook.
Oh,
so he's pushing him out. Huh?
Yeah, isn't that 90s Aquaman where he has the hook for a hand?
The hook, yep.
Before we continue this, I'm gonna do a quick shout out to the comments here because it's filling up, and then everybody will hate us if we don't shout them out. But we had Bjorn here first, of course.
Out
of Rim Station, we had him on a couple of weeks ago. He's one of our Patreons for WMC. Thank you very much. We've got Nebula's Nexus on here. Twilight Tabletop. We got Starboy Station. What's going on? We got Nebula's Nexus. Who else we got here? Did Starboy. Lord of Thane, of course. This is a more reasonable time for him to stay up, and I think it's probably only midnight or something there right now.
Angus.
A little more, but we'll get into it later. But I'm going to show off what I'm printing for him right now. We got Sig. Yeah, go check his stuff out too. He does like some really cool 112 customs, and he's got like this like world or whatever. I think him and he was on the very first live stream I was ever on Toy Domination. I think we were on there together.
Yeah, his stuff is sick, man.
Oh yeah, Fig Pix is here.
Steven.
Of course, Pirates of the Galaxy. Thanks for coming out. Adrian Forbes, which I'll let a little secret out. he may or may not be on WMC coming up this Friday for the roundtable. So you have to.
I get to do an Adrian thing in person. Yes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Let's go.
And then somewhere here, oh, there he is. I saw Timbo's here. So yeah, definitely go check out his Instagram page. He's got an eBay page where he sells all his awesome creations. So definitely go check that out. But yeah, back to our bitching and complaining about McFarlane. When you guys said always like I want him to do all DC, I was always a Marvel kid. So the only McFarlane I actually collect are Batmans when they go on sale. And I've like gotten a like fairly sizable collection. I always like that's my rule with McFarlane Batman. I won't buy the figure unless it's like on sale, at least like 20-25% off or more. So I've actually like I don't know, looking over, I've like probably amassed like probably 40 figures right now. So yeah, it's not bad. I don't know.
I mean, some of the stuff I think he does is really cool. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I mean, I like Batman too, and I probably have, I don't know, 15 maybe versions of him. But it's like, I don't have to buy every Batman he makes. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I want some of the C-list characters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love to see, some of the Legion of Superheroes. I know that's probably never going to happen, but
like Polka Dot Man or something.
Yeah, I mean, they could do the old classic versions, Electric Lad, and all those. There's three. Kind
of like the Golden Age guys, like the old Flash. Well, he's done an old Flash, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see that, but it's like I am definitely like a Marvel Legends fan because I collected, more Marvel comics than I did. I mean, I collected a crap load of DC, but Marvel is what I, came up with, and that's my company,
Well, yeah, over the years, like sales stats on both those companies reflect that Marvel's obviously the more popular comic book company, except for those 2 years in the 90s when Image Comics was the number one company, because it's like, we're going to go start our own comic book company and make teams that are sort of like the X-Men, but not. And then,
and then they couldn't put the comics out on a reliable timetable.
Dude, remember Wetworks? It was announced, and then I think it was almost like a year and a half or 2 years until this Walsh Portasio or whatever his name is, actually got it out. And when it came out, it was like, meh.
Not only that, but remember they did a crossover. I can't remember what it was called. Deathmate, maybe something like that. And they had like four issues of them, huh?
Wasn't that the one that they did with Valiant Comics?
No, I think this one was just straight up Image only crossover, and I think it was called Deathmate, or I don't know, something. People would know if they read it, but it's like I think they had like 4 books, and the last one I don't know, the schedule got out. It was like the one came out, then the next month the next came out, and then the third and fourth one I think took forever to come out with, and they were just bashing them about that, but
Yeah,
they had some pretty cool stuff. I mean, Wildcats was a pretty cool idea,
Cool.
Jim Lee was my favorite creator back in the day. Like, I loved his run on X-Men. Batman Hush was fucking amazing.
Yeah,
the artwork in that. I just didn't like when he went to, what was it? Was it called Deathstroke, where he tried to change his style a bit? It was more like Jay Lee, like it was really heavily inked and like dark, and I was like, we want to see Jim Lee because he draws awesome fucking like.
That's right. Yeah.
Chicks and dudes and stuff like that. Like, that's what you want to watch. That's what you want to see, right? But it was like, I don't know. But it's like, it's sad though that like coming from that is like with Hasbro. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it's really weird how they've been acting lately. Like, I think we're definitely they're hammering us with pre-orders. But I was like kind of checking back and forth and talking with a few guys, and we're definitely getting less pre-orders than we got last year. Like, it's a little more spaced out. Like, it's 2 figures, not 6, 6, 6, 8.
Well,
multi-pack, blah, blah, blah.
You remember, maybe it was 2022, maybe late 2022. Star Wars, the Hasbro team said, "Hey guys, we're gonna slow down some of the pre-orders a little bit, and we're just gonna you're gonna find stuff in the stores in spring and summer of 2023, and we're like, okay, and it's like, and so they cut some of the pre-orders out, and that made some of the stuff hard to find. And it's like, look, just because people are bitching about pre-orders, they don't have to pre-order it, but don't cut it out for the rest of us. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let us pre-order if we want to, because that's the way we know we can get it. Whereas if we're just like, oh, Big Bad's got it in stock now, you can order it or something. It's like, I hate to not be able to try to, pre-order something if I really want it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
So,
that hasn't been an issue for me. Like, I don't know what it's like down in the States, but like I just quit pre-ordering stuff. Like I did pre-order some GI Joes on from GameStop where I can physically go pick them up, just because they only get like 1 or 2 cases because it's a small town. And then I'll like maybe order a couple things on Amazon. But I used to like double, triple pre-order. Like I'd have my backups on Big Bad Toy Store just in case I didn't get them, or my Amazon or Walmart pre-order fell through. But now I've kind of just like knocked Big Bad Toy Store right out of it, and I'm kind of just like, and you know what the pre-ordering on Amazon is you're like sitting there and you want to buy something, you can't buy anything, so you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll pre-order that. Pre-order that. It kind of gives you that little bit of like a dopamine thing, so you can be like, yeah, I'm gonna have that in 4 months. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's like maybe I have a
Well,
problem. I need
I
to like.
don't.
I agree. I agree.
I don't mind that. I mean, I don't pre-order a lot of stuff these days, but I at least want the opportunity to. You know what I'm saying? If I want to,
I'll
But
definitely pre-order like vehicles and stuff like that. I'll definitely do that
Does
because
anybody know
God
what?
knows.
Does anybody know what Jabba he's talking about? Was it a Black Series or is it like a 3 3/4? He says it's been on pre-order since last August. And he's still waiting on it.
well, I
Maybe
know.
throw in the comments. Maybe let us know which one it is because I'm not familiar with a Jabba pre-order, but I don't like catch anything. Timbo says he's never pre-ordered anything ever. Okay, that's you have
Lucky,
much.
lucky you.
Yeah,
Lucky you.
you have got more strength than I, my friend. Oh, and then Lord of Thane. Yeah, I was just going to talk about that too. When they, I understand over in Europe, yeah, you probably got to pre-order more because classified isn't an in-store item over there anymore. You can only order it off like HasLab or like I don't know if you can order it through Amazon or whatever, but or not HasLab, but direct from Hasbro Pulse. But the one good thing that I thought Hasbro did in the last little while is they changed their shipping policy. Now for Canadians, you pay the same. We get the same shipping deals as you guys, so we're
Nice.
not paying. But it doesn't apply to the HasLab, which is fucking hilarious because I sent them an email saying, "Hey, because it's $114 shipping or something on the HasLab for the Ghost."
Jesus.
And I was like, I emailed them like, "Oh, unfortunately, that policy didn't take effect until this date." And I'm like, "Son of a bitch." But I don't know. I'm leaning towards selling my Ghost HasLab. I don't know. I like for what I had to pay for it. Like it was over $1,000 Canadian to get it to my. That's including like import fees and everything. So I know a guy that wants one, a buddy of mine, and he offered me like $1,300 for it. And then I just got the prints to do a 3D printed one, and you guys have seen what I can do on the 3D printer. And I'm not
Get rid of
playing.
it.
Like I don't care. Like I don't think I've opened my Legacy Falcon since I've owned it. Like I don't open it up and play with it inside. And like all if you want to do that, you can play with your toys. I don't care. I won't think less of you. But it's like closed, it's the Falcon, it sits up in the display where it's supposed to be. And that's all I want the Ghost for as well. And this print makes it so that the Phantom that's already been released, that first one, will like just slide right onto it. So I'm just like, yeah, and I'm not like I'm not creating these prints. I'm not sitting down and drawing them, but thank God there's a community of designers and 3D printers out there that are really good with this stuff. And like I don't know, man. You got like a 3D printer, like Lord of Thane mentioned. I just sent him his big Sentinel class Imperial shuttle and a whole bunch of other goodies or whatever. But like you get a big printer, man. There's like nothing you can't own. Like it's crazy. Like just everything. Like they've got drawings out there. Like they're $100 to buy the files, but there's like huge like 3.75 Star Destroyers and shit that you can like 3D print. But like so many parts, man. Like, good Lord. It's like I'm like working on printing my own sail barge, and it's got 300 parts. Like the directions are great that are sent with it, but it's like I don't know what Timbo called me, Hazrad. He's like, we don't need HasLab anymore. We got Hazrad, and I'm like, oh my god, yeah, I could never start a company. And the other thing is too that if I'm getting stuff for people or whatever, I'm charging for materials. I'm not trying to cash in on other people's designs and stuff like that. It's like a printing service. Like I'm not being like, hey, look at all these things I've got on my website and I'll charge you X amount of dollars for whatever, right? It's just like, just let me know what you want printed. It's just helping people out because not everybody like Lord of Thane, he said he's got a printer, but he just can't wrap his head around it, right? It's some people can tolerate 3D printing and other people will just like throw it out the window like as soon as it gets like to be too much. And it does piss you off, man. It really, really pisses you off once in a while. It's just like, good Lord, man. It is. It's very frustrating.
I don't have a printer and probably will never get one unless they make it super easy that a 5-year-old could do it. You know what I'm saying? That'll probably be the only time I get one. So.
Son of a bitch. Lord of Thane said that here the free shipping with Hasbro membership was also valid for the Ghost. Why is it not valid in Canada? That's fucking dumb. Like that is ridiculous, man. I don't get that. See, like Hasbro's pissing me off already. Every those little stupid things they do. But I don't know. I'm not sure. Like as far as like that kind of thing goes, like oh man, I don't know. I don't think like Pirates had mentioned here and like they want to focus on their board games because over the years they bought up like Milton Bradley and like all these other board game companies, and that floored me because I remember reading the same article that he must have, and I could not believe that board games were actually that popular still. Like you guys have board game. I don't have a board game night with my family. Like I'll play like Among Us or like Minecraft with my son or something on the Xbox. But like, do you guys like have family game nights, or do you know people that do?
We have plenty of board games, but we don't have like a game night anymore where we do that. But like I said, we have a ton of board games, so for me, it's like some of the games that they've got coming out these days are like way too complicated. You got all these dice and I'm sounding like an old person right now, but all these dice and cards and stuff, and it's like it looks cool, but it's like, man, it's like I want a game that's going to take about 15 to 30 minutes to play, not like 2.5 hours.
Oh, like Monopoly, dude. Monopoly is the fucking worst. My sister,
Monopoly lasts forever,
dude. Every New Year's Eve, if I pop by my dad's house, my siblings want to get Monopoly out. I'm like, can it at least be like Star Wars or Transformers Monopoly, so it's not like super dumb. Like,
right?
But it's like it's right. Monopoly takes 1,000 years, dude. I think
that's
why.
Point. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I think that's why I didn't get into like playing Risk and stuff like that. Just because it was like,
this is crazy.
It gets to the point where like, okay, you want fine, I give up. Here's the money. I don't have any more money. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I give up, you win. You know what I'm saying? It gets to that point. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's cool.
Every house, every location is like somebody owns it on the board. And it's like, every time you roll, you're like paying somebody money. And it's like, you know what? Forget it, man. Whatever.
Yeah,
I ever want to get out of Monopoly, I just flip it. I just flip the whole board over and just walk off. That's how I get out of Monopoly.
I always want to be the banker so I can just slip myself a hundo once in a while. And then if you play it long enough, nobody realizes that you never actually bought Boardwalk. You can just put it in with your cards. Be like, oh, Boardwalk. Oh yeah, I bought that one. But it's like, yeah, it's kind of a joke with my family because we'll play and we purposely like just try to like fuck each other like right over. Like we'll have like rules like you like double the rent or whatever, and then you got wheeling and it's like it's hilarious, man. I don't know. We're like quite a crew, man. Oh yeah, it's even Lord of Thane agrees Monopoly is the freaking worst. But yeah, I'm more referring to like I get like the tabletop, D&D, Star Wars miniatures. Yeah, Risk does take longer, Adrian. It takes like I've seen guys play it for fucking days.
Yeah, I've seen people that had a game going on for like weeks. You know, they would play a little bit and then pause it and then come back and play it a little bit later. You know. I'm
Oh,
like,
Bjorn's mixed up. Sorry, what's Sorry again? Is that the one? Is that
it's a
that
board
game?
game. It's a
And
board game.
that's the one where you fuck people over all the time.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah. I think so.
I think you land on spots and you have to go back or something like that.
Oh yeah, Adrian, man, Clue. I love Clue too. I actually like playing Clue. Clue was fun. Yeah. Colonel Mustard killed that bitch in the library with the candlestick.
And they have every version of Monopoly, and I've seen Clue and Risk. Like if you have an IP that you want to buy in those games, they have it.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at Starboy's comment here.
What was the game that you would flip down the people as people guessed who they
guess
were?
Who? Guess who?
There you
go. Does he have glasses? Oh, it's not me. Remember the commercial? The commercial is da, 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 something fucking guess who. Da, 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 da.
Did you guys ever have a game called Perfection?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Where you had to press the thing down and put the little shapes in there, or it popped out.
Yeah, and then you'd have a fucking mess to clean up everywhere. I'm like,
of little squares and circles and
little circles and squares. You know, Operation was all right. That one was funny.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? I'm trying to kill him. I'm like, suicide doctors. Just stab him in the forehead with it. That stupid little probe or whatever they gave you with it.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Sig likes Sorry, man. I don't know if it can go fuck itself yet. Oh yeah, escape rooms. I've always wanted to try an escape room. Anybody else done that? That's cool.
I have not, but I kind of want to.
Dude, they're all over the place in like London, Ontario. It's like 40 minutes from me, 500,000 people. But they're like, it's like now on Dundas, it's like every like fourth place is an escape room. But it's like, holy shit, like what's going on here? So they must make money. Actually, the place I love going to in near me is axe throwing. That shit's fun. They give you like
they had a restaurant here where they were doing that, and I don't know if something happened or not, but they closed it down.
Yeah, I'd imagine there's some liability insurance you need when you have that kind of activity going on.
Somebody was eating a steak, got an axe to the head.
And throwing axes do not mix, man.
Yeah, no doubt, eh? Oh shit. Adrian says Operation was great, and then he added, unless you have the shakes.
Oh my gosh.
That's kind of a fucking, that's like a, I don't know, you'd have to go back and watch the WMC episode. It was Wentzilla at his finest, insulting our guests. But it was all good, man. It was all good. But yeah, so we've ripped on Hasbro enough, man. How about we talk about maybe some things that the toy industry is doing right now that we like, and some things that maybe we don't like so much. You go first, Brian. Who's got you impressed with in the toy industry right
now? I like, of course, I collect Acid Rain figures. You know, they are expensive. I know. You don't have to tell me that. They are expensive, but I do like the fact that they do have a little bit of variety with their figures. I know a lot of people came up buying the OG military figures with them, and they've since gone away from those, and there's a lot more power armor and stuff like that. But there's different factions, and they sort of spread it out, and they don't always have like 15 figures in a wave or something like that. They normally do 2 to 4 figures coming out in a certain time, and then they will sprinkle in vehicles. Now their vehicles are, like I said, their vehicles are kind of expensive too. But I mean, if you're collecting Acid Rain, it's kind of normal. You know what I'm saying? And so I like how they spread out their stuff. Like it seems like there's stuff coming out throughout the year. Like it seems like every month or every month and a half they have stuff coming out, and you don't have to buy it all. You can buy what you want to buy, and I like that versus, we've got 7, 8 figures coming out on, this month, and then, 2 months later, we got another 7 or 8 coming out. I like how they spread their stuff out.
Yeah, yeah, and one, I do have my issues with the acid rain price point, but you're getting what you pay for, and like you said, they space it out so you could have, hey, Marvel's your jam, go do Marvel. But if acid rain is your thing, and they make it so it is approachable in the you're paying twice what you would pay for a regular 3 3/4 action figure easily, and the
Yeah,
vehicles too. But like, you know what I can say for that? At least there is fucking vehicles.
yeah,
Like Hasbro, take a fucking hint. Like people are begging for vehicles, man.
yeah,
Like when I posted that Ebon Hawk on Instagram, my doors got blown down and I was like, I had to turn, like, I just had to say, no, I'm not doing another one like right now. But people are itching for these vehicles like that we want, and it doesn't have to be, dude, like like I'm printing this, and it's not costing me a fortune. Like the Ebon Hawk was a couple $100 of material. Like it's only got a tiny interior. It's got like a little cargo bay and stuff. But why does that need to be $1,000 fucking? Like, you know what I mean? Like
yep,
it's just
yep.
strange to me. Like I get it. Like a big company needs to make money. I totally understand business. I get it. But like I don't the inflation doesn't make sense. Like you used to be able to pay $30 for a Star Wars vehicle or spaceship, and now it's 100 or 140. Like it doesn't add up with the inflation level. Like it's just a money grab for them, right?
It is because I think that I don't know if it's got to do, I don't know if it's just the fees, that Hasbro has to pay, what I'm saying, or
Yeah,
whatever.
licensing. Yeah.
But it's like I know that everything is more expensive now, and that's across the board. Everything is more expensive now. But it's
Oh,
like, how many vehicles did we have, in Kenner, in the Kenner Star Wars run,
oh, well,
a
even look at
bunch.
the original Masters of the Universe. Like, and even Mattel's run on Masters right now. There's a lot of fucking vehicles.
Yeah.
And
So
they're all
like,
sitting at all.
yeah, they're all sitting at Ollie's. But
Hey, at
yeah,
least they're sitting there.
At least you can get them. Yeah.
see,
Because the people who wanted them already got them.
Yep.
yeah, that's true. But with that is probably just like too much saturation in the market, because I know Toys R Us in Canada is not carrying. No, they won't be carrying Origins anymore. They're still going to carry Masterverse, but not Origins is
Oh,
totally out of Toys R Us, so they're not even going to bother with it anymore. So I don't know what that's all about, but I don't know. I guess we segued right back into like what pisses us off about toy companies, like right away. But
Hasbro
really,
specifically.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
here's the thing I was gonna talk about earlier, was, I know that not all of us world build and stuff like that, but a lot of us do. And it's like, you can go as far as you want to with world building, but it's like, for one, I was thinking, we don't have like any, I mean, other than like the younglings, or a couple like Padawan Jedi or something like that, that's maybe Anakin or something. We don't
yeah,
have like any kids, any children or anything like that, really, in any of the lines. So it's like, if you want to make like a world, it's going to be all adults, unless you use, small
yeah. Like
figures. You know what I'm
I-
saying?
like in my Jedi temple, I've done a lot of custom, so I do have youngling children that are Jedi's in my setup. Probably
Right.
like 10 or so, but you're right. But in a true Hasbro fashion, they probably will make, that kid that Omega talked to about where her dog went in the Bad Batch for 2 seconds. Or I'm surprised they haven't made the Broom Kid yet from whatever that fucking movie was called. But yeah,
Yeah.
but
From the
I can't
The
remember which.
force sensitive kid. The force
I,
sensitive kid.
I
yeah.
can't remember which stupid.
If it was Kenner, they would have made them.
And then Coach Russo, he just posted some on Instagram, and he is making some more children's.
Okay. That's
But I don't
good.
know. When you watch Star Wars, how many kids do you actually see? Other than like say Episode 1, there's like Anakin and his buddies. But I
Right.
don't know.
I mean,
like
I guess I'm bitching about Hasbro. I guess by the way, because it's like first I'd like to get more aliens. You know what I'm saying into our hands. You know what I'm saying? I guess, and I'm going one step further, saying I wish we had kids or alien kids or something. But I don't know. It's just I guess in these times you just need to print your stuff yourself. I guess.
And to answer Tire Productions, my theory on why they don't sell Joy Toy and Marauders and Acid Rain at retail is because they're not going to move that stuff at that retail price, and it's not in high enough demand. It should be. They're excellent toys. Like, don't get me wrong, I love them, but it's not what they're looking for. They want to buy a case of Star Wars figures at for $2 a pop or whatever they paid for the case, and then sell them to you for like 20 or whatever the fuck they want, right?
Yeah.
And then try and move it, and then that gives them the room to clearance them out. With Joy Toy, the way they're made and the quality of them, I don't think like they wouldn't get much of a discount if they bought a case of them, and it would be more. And
yeah, I mean, most people aren't going to buy Acid Rain figures. I get that, and the production the numbers are, a whole lot lower than Hasbro puts out. But yeah, that's exactly right. They're a niche, and they're always going to stay a niche. Pretty much.
And isn't Joy Toy and I know Joy Toy is in Japan.
yeah,
Is Acid Rain also there?
I don't know.
I think they're Hong Kong. I think is where they're at.
Hong Kong.
I think I'm pretty.
I think,
or they may be in China. I'm not like 100% sure. I can't read the writing.
no, I
when I get the shipping.
I'm
When I get the
pretty
shipping.
yeah. I can't read the writing. I'm not sure if it's Korean or
It's
Japanese.
just all I know is it doesn't come from the United States, or it's somewhere over there.
Oh man, there hasn't been toys made in the United States for years. I remember like the old story about the GI Joe factory was in like Pawtucket.
Pawtucket. Yep.
Yeah, like they actually like made the toys like here, or
Yep.
I guess there, whatever. They never made toys in Canada. Nobody fucking makes toys up here. But I don't know. I guess my big thing, I think, with I like how like we're talking about niche companies and stuff, and I'm actually like I'm struggling to like kind of like think of something that the toy industry is doing right now that I think is amazing. I think there's some okay stuff going on. I don't think anybody's doing anything amazingly. Like I'm a really big fan of like the NECA gargoyles, and my only complaint is that they're releasing them too slow. But they're actually in hand. They aren't like typical. I haven't had any breakage. I've dropped them. They're great. They move great. I haven't had any like any stiff issues with them. And I'm loving the detail that they're putting in. Hasbro's doing with the classified. Like that's like, wow,
They're
man.
definitely doing that well.
Well, I just love how you get, and it's the odd figure doesn't, but you get a figure. He's got guns. He's got knives. He's got a hat, goggles, and there's somewhere to put that on the figure. You know what I mean? Like he's kitted out. He's got his knife in his thing, like whatever. Yeah. And then they go the other way on Marvel Legends, where it's like they don't give you enough stuff. Like there's like Deadpool. The one Deadpool doesn't even come with a fucking gun. Like I forget what release that is. He just doesn't come with a gun.
Well, that and the fact that we'll never get a Mephisto,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The SH Figure Arts one doesn't come with guns either, which is crazy to me.
Well, and the other thing too, I guess I can say as a positive for Hasbro is the detail that has gone into the vintage collection stuff in the last like even year or so. Like holy crap, man! Like some of them are better than the fucking Black Series counterparts. Like as far as like maybe it's because they're smaller and the details look a little tighter and stuff. But like they've been like just knocking it out of the park with the vintage collection stuff. I'm not a fan. Like I kind of predicted this last year coming that when their sales slowed down that they would start doing a lot more re-releases, which was very evident in the last wave that they did. And like I don't know, and we'll get the Kanan figure and everything too down the road after the Ghost comes out. We're gonna get those figures on a different card, guaranteed. Like they're not going to waste it. And I was talking to somebody today about the Bad Batch because still yet they haven't done the Bad Batch in the Vintage Collection. And I was like, you know what they're going to do? They're going to do the season 2 or 3 colors. And then that'll be an excuse to re-release Hunter, even though Hunter is the only one that's actually going to be in his clone armor. And that's totally what they're going to do. But what my prediction right now, if I'm right, everybody owes me a beer or something. I think the Bad Batch is only going to come as a box set.
You're probably right about that. But here's the thing. I'll buy it. Just put it out, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'll pay $150, $200 if it's a box set with like, you know, the whole crew, like with Echo, with Omega, and maybe that freaking dog thing and that stupid gonk droid. Like, make it a real box set, like something that's like,
you know, I mean,
want to like get like, yeah,
that would be a HasLab. I would be down for, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It doesn't have to be a HasLab. I think they like if they charge a couple $100 for that. Like I know that's a little overpriced for how many figures it is, but like I think they'd be like, I think they'd sell bazillions of them. Everybody's so
everybody wants that because everybody wants that team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, Lord of Than, yeah, I do agree. We need like a new any alien, like
anybody.
We've been talking for 3 years now how we'd like to have an alien 4-pack. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, is it just? I mean, I don't know who we need to talk to. We need to get Yakface on the live stream or something. But it's like, how do we get this into the hands of Hasbro? Is like, look, you know, all the stuff you're doing, that's cool and everything, but let's get some aliens on the board, man. You know, it's like there's a lot of us who want to use aliens, and you have the same mold. It's fine. Just give a different color to it or something.
Oh, dude. I always thought, like, if they dipped into Legends like they do, I think they call it the Galaxy of Heroes line or whatever with Revan and HK-47. But you could just imagine if they released a fucking 4-pack of, like, the Yuzheng Vong or something like that from, like, Legends from Star Wars. Like, they'd kill it, man. They would sell so many. And, like, re-release some of those, like, Mandalorians that we had before. Like, we had the Republic Elite Forces box set that had like all of those Mandalorian dudes in it that go for like probably $100 or $200 a piece loose now. But it's like, oh, dude, like there's so much stuff they could like dip into that they own. Like you own it, make it. Like, oh my.
Yeah. So why aren't they making that though?
Honestly, I think it's like anybody ever complain about the movie, and I understand people like those fucking movies. And I'm fine with it. Like, do your own thing, but they don't tap into who the fans are, like who the fans really are. It's like the movies. They're making shit for the fans they want, not the fans that they have. It's exactly what they're doing. It's like, fine, maybe you want to change that demographic or do like add your politics to, which in my opinion has no room in any of that, like Star Wars, like Marvel, anything. Like leave your politics out of it. I don't care who's gay. I don't care who's this or that or anything. Like fine, like that can be part of the story. I have no issue with that at all, but don't like, it doesn't have to be the focus of it, you know what I mean? Like it's so strange how they do that. Like there's been like
my thing is, I think that, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I think if they make a character on screen, then we want to buy that character. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I'm like, like a while ago, I just like, you know what, I'm not going to try and figure out what they're thinking. I'm just going to see what happens, let it roll out. And like, you know, so like we like to vent. Like obviously I vented a bit tonight about it, but you know, it is frustrating to have something that you love that much, like a franchise. And it doesn't have to be Star Wars, it can be He-Man or G.I. Joe or whatever. And just to watch like them just not getting it. Like, and you know, you're talking to guys online, you're talking to your friends, other people, like-minded people that are interested in those same franchises. And in your world, like it seems weird that this is what the fans want and this is what they're doing. And it's just like,
well, in every other company, the goal is to make money, right? So so it's like, okay, Bad Batch. okay, it's a slam dunk. We're going to make the first series guys, and then we're going to change up the costumes. Then we're going to sell the second, series of those guys. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, I just don't understand, like, what is, what's the holdup from that? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you can make the money. It's sitting there. You know what I'm saying? It's waiting for us to purchase.
What's going on? I see a big hand. What the hell is that?
What's up?
That's a dope helmet, man.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
That is fucking cool, man.
What are you guys doing?
Very cyberpunk, sir.
Oh, very, very. That's fucking awesome, dude. Did you make that or did you buy that?
I bought it.
Oh, okay.
Is that Fortnite?
No.
Okay.
It was it's like a custom cyberpunk helmet.
Nice.
Pretty good. That'll look dope at that like rave you're going to or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, dude, I have like this whole fucking setup. This is not what I'm gonna wear that day. Like I have the whole cyberpunk like outfit that I'm gonna wear. I mean, I'm gonna take a photo and post it in my stories. You guys will see it the day of, but I'm not gonna do it anytime sooner than that.
Very nice, very nice. Eddie, do you want to talk about some things that companies are doing that you like or dislike? Because we got one more segment before the end of the show. So,
Right. So I love what Jada Toys is doing with Street Fighter, Mega Man, so on and so forth. Even there, I kind of want Chester Cheetah. I'm not gonna lie to you.
oh, just a second here. So yeah, Lord of Thane, I can guarantee you that is not Sky Bottom Station under that helmet. I will guarantee.
No,
that.
it's definitely not. It's definitely not.
What do
It's
you
like
have?
I'm definitely not Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, it's but yeah, continue on, Eddie. I had to interrupt you there for a minute.
It's all good. So I'm loving Jada. Obviously G.I. Joe, bread and butter for everybody almost now.
Buddy.
What else? What 118 stuff? I just love everything from everywhere when it comes to 118 stuff. Joy Toy. I have very little Acid Rain, but I do see the niche and why people love it. I love it too. I just can't afford them because I collect every scale.
Eagle Force.
Yeah, those are cool
Every
figures too, man.
So, and I'm looking forward to what's the name of the company that's making the biker mice from Mars? Is it Nice? Is that what it's called? Nice or Nice?
Oh, we talked about that before. It's
It's not Waka?
They're making the biker mice from Mars.
NECA's making the biker mice, right? Those the ones that just dropped? Okay.
That company. So the rumor is that they will be making the cowboys from Moon Mesa. And I am super excited for that. I don't know how many Moon Mesa fans there is.
Hell yeah, man! I've got the originals somewhere in on a shelf. Where the hell did I put those? I've got a few of the original Mesa guys. I used to love that cartoon, man.
I'm just curious how they're gonna make the articulation for them because remember those things were bricks. Basically, those things were bricks.
I'm not nostalgic enough for them that I'm gonna go spend $60 a figure for new versions of them. I am for gargoyles, but I'm not for Cowboys of Moo Mesa. That's for sure.
I'm gonna do it.
You are gonna do it. You're a wild man. Look at that room. Look at that room.
You can live through me. You can live through me, and I'll fucking send you pictures all the time of my Cowboys from Moo Mesa, and that's it. We'll be fine.
When you get them all and come over to play, and we're gonna go in your sandbox and dig little trenches and get them all sandy and dirty and bury them and forget where we buried them and shit.
I'm sure somewhere in Miami there's a bunch of GI Joes, like vintage GI Joes, somewhere in the ground everywhere.
Oh yeah, dude.
100%, dude.
100%. Yeah, we've done work on my dad's house next door, and we dug up where my old sandbox was, and there was a GoBots Leader 1. A few GI Joes, but they were in pieces because they the O-rings rotted out of them. There was I don't know, all sorts of crazy action figures, a couple of E-Man guys buried out there. It was pretty awesome actually. I should have kept them. They were really gross. I don't think I'd want them in my house. But anybody else's knocking you out of the park there, Eddie?
Right now I've been dealing with a lot of 1000 toys
Oh yeah,
because they have a couple of IPs that I like a lot, like Ronin Warriors. And catching up on these Ronin Warriors is very expensive. So
oh
I
yeah.
think I'm gonna start getting rid of some lines because we're getting GI Joes up the wazoo here soon, and we're getting Cowboys and Moon Mesa. So
Yeah. True enough, man. Yeah, no, there's a lot of good stuff coming out, and all the good shit is expensive. That's just the way it is. But what
look
do you
at
got
that
there,
guy.
Brian? What the hell is that?
It's a TIE fighter pilot that my dad found in
Oh,
the yard
okay.
in the yard a few months ago.
Nice.
It was buried in the backyard.
So he's been on assignment for quite a few years, eh?
Yeah, he's like, where the hell did the Empire go?
Oh, it's probably like, you ever hear that story about the Japanese soldiers that were on the island until the 70s because they thought the war was still going on?
Well,
That's that guy. He like
someone
thinks the
didn't
war.
get the memo. What the hell?
Yeah, no, they didn't. They thought it was U.S. propaganda. Like they didn't believe the war was over, and these guys like survived on this island for like an extra like 40 freaking years, like thinking the war was like still rocking. I was like, holy fuck, man, that's crazy.
Huh.
I heard that story. Yeah, you had to look up the story. It's fucking nuts, man. And then finally, the guy like officially like surrendered in like 1973 or something like that.
Jesus.
Like, yeah, dude, like that's fucking crazy, man. Imagine like just not knowing. But Brian, you showed us that thing. Why don't you show us a few other toys, and then we'll get into my stuff.
Okay. I found this new Fortnite style box at Ross for $3.
That's a lot like the Joy Toy packaging, isn't it? Joy Toy.
Yeah, it's
A new Joy Toy
compact.
packaging.
It's compact. It's like I said, it's the first time I've ever seen them in that small of a package, and I'm like, okay. So I got.
Hold on, is that one Hasbro?
No, it's Jazzwares.
Jazzwares, okay.
It's a 4-inch figure, but
Okay.
it's Fusion. Anyway, I looked online, and Amazon's like trying to sell copies of him for like, I don't know, $15 or something. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll grab a couple then, because I kind of wanted that figure at one point, and I'm just now finally saw it. But anyway, so I was gambling with Target about their clearance section.
Oh, nice.
They got down to $13, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let's take a little bit more of a gamble. And so I went, and I saw that they had started selling for $8.79 online, or like people were posting. So I went back. They didn't have a single one at my place. They sold them all, I guess. I'm like, oh shit. And so I happened to be out this weekend at a different Target, about 30 minutes away, and they had a couple of them. And I grabbed those two for like $8.79 a piece, and I got this figure for $3.09.
Shut up!
Wow.
At Target on clearance.
How is she on clearance already? She's not
because they clearance the vintage collection figures. Like for some reason, I don't know why they did. If I'd have known, I would have gone up there and tried to find a few more of them. Not of the apparently that wave. Even the Landos were clearanced, but anyway.
Lando's not moving for some reason. Like,
yeah, well,
they've got my Walmarts, but those two figures you just showed are like prime examples of Hasbro stepping it up with like the cloth goods on their 3 3/4 figures. Like that was like they did a great job on that Tusken Raider, man.
Yeah, and not only that, but the dog, the Massive, is a damn good one too. And it's like, to me, that was what I was wanting to get this thing for, was the Massive, And so anyway, they still have that at some Targets for that price right now. I just happened to find those two on an end cap, but it looks like they're clearancing. They were clearancing all of like the Star Wars stuff.
Actually, now that you mentioned that being on clearance, I think she was actually on clearance at GameStop last weekend.
Oh, was she?
Not that cheap, but
gotcha. I know that I stopped by, like I said, about a week ago, and they had one of the Imperial dudes. I can't remember the name, but he was like in his officer outfit or whatever, and it was like $11, and I'm like, I'm not going to spend $11 right now on this guy, and I probably should have because that's the cheapest I'll probably find him. But I was kind of hoping for like an alien or something like that, to find. But yeah, those are long gone.
Okay, Pirates, I see your comment.
Hey,
How do you,
if it makes you feel any better, Pirate, Lando's the president of Wayward. So there you go.
No,
well, there you go. Well, how do you explain? Oh, go. Oh, just before you add to his comment, there is like, how do you explain all the Ray figures not selling? She's white.
Yeah, there you go.
The Landos, we had like 7 Landos at the Target, and we don't have any Landos there now.
Oh, there you go. He went.
They've moved those. Now the Walmart still has. I think they just have a continual case of those. As soon as you get a couple of them bought, they say, "Oh, we need more Landos out of the back. Come on!" And they bring out more Landos and put them out there.
We don't want to come off racist, so let's buy a bunch of cases of Lando. Jeez.
Bring down the Landos.
I swear to God, every time I have bought a couple of them just to get them off the pegs. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll customize them or whatever. And I swear to God, there end up being more there after the fact. I'm like, how the hell does this happen?
Yeah, there's Brian in at Walmart just trying to be a nice guy. He's like, yeah, I'll buy a couple. I feel bad for you, Lando. Come home with me, buddy. He's got and then you open Brian's closet. He's got a stack of Landos in the corner right to the fucking ceiling or something.
Man, if that dude ever goes up in price, I'm going to be set for retirement.
It will be.
So, what I was going to say was what Brian's waiting for is for the dry spout of Lando, and then he's going to come out of the woodworks and be like, here you go. Here you go.
Come on, Bear Pirates. Everybody knows that Kylo Ren was in love with her. His awkward moment. He had to tell Ray that he could use the Force, but they never ever wanted to explore that with that character.
Finn's also high up in the ranks in Wayward, by the way.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. And then in China, they have to take him off the movie poster. Like, give me a break. Like, you shouldn't even be allowed to see Star Wars if you're that racist that you.
That's right, man.
Yeah, you can not have Star Wars. Like, go away.
Yeah,
make your own Chinese. Make your Chinese Star Wars or something. Then whatever the emperor or leader or president will just say he invented it or something like that. Oh no, that's Korea. He claimed that he invented the hamburger and stuff like that. Yeah, dude, it's fucking crazy, man. The shit that I've heard. When Zilla's here, what's up, brother?
Josh.
Always good to see Joshy Poo there. Old Joshy Poo is in the chat. So yeah, you got anything else, Brian, or can I?
That's it for me.
All right, well, here we go. I'm gonna show some slides of stuff I've been working on. I swear, this is the last time I'll show this thing off. I'm just super proud of it, and I'm in love with it.
You should be proud of it. It's awesome.
It looks amazing, is what it is.
Dude, I've wanted a legacy scale, 3.75 Ebon Hawk ever since I played that game back in 2002 or something. It came out on Xbox. So this has been a long time coming. So yeah. And then I've got
how many times do you look at it while you're in your room?
Every time I walk down to my toy room, I probably stop and look at it for about 2-3 minutes. It's just in my head, I'm like, fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know, I love how
good, bro.
Yeah, I love how the weathering and everything turned out. And then I got a little shot here, Revan getting all crewed up, ready to go. That's his new Padawan or whatever they're going with him. That's that purple chick from what was that stupid show called? It's a cool figure, but I made her a Jedi because I just wanted to. And I got my T3 and my HK. Got to have those guys. But yeah, no, just super stoked how that came out, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Resistance.
Oh, Bjorn, yeah, KOTOR is an awesome game, dude. I love KOTOR. It's great. Oh, yeah, Lord of Thane, she's from Resistance. That's cartoon or whatever, which was okay. I didn't totally hate it, but it was on when there was no other new Star Wars content. So I was like, I gotta watch some kind of Star Wars. And then the next thing I'm working on is this bitch. So this is the
this bitch.
yeah, this bitch. Dude, that's a 1/18th figure laying down beside him. It's like Callus, Agent Callus or whatever. And I was just checking out the interior, but this thing's got like a full interior cockpit, a cargo bay. That back section is where the wings and everything go is solid. But
That looks so good.
I'm printing one of these for me and one for Lord of Thane. And this ship is huge, man. Like that's already like I've still got there's another middle section, there's like a tail section, there's still all the fins, the landing gear, but it's an excellent print. I don't recall who created it, but like it all like goes together like just perfectly. It's just such an awesome print, man. Oh yeah, Lord of Thane's already stoked. I just sent him all his other stuff. So
all the heart emojis.
yeah, hopefully enjoy that other stuff I sent you to there, Lord of Thane. Shipping is a killer to Germany. I won't disclose how much it was to ship the other stuff to him, but
Scheiße, man.
but he's getting like he's only paying for materials. I'm not charging him for my time or electricity or whatever things like that. So just helping a brother out, man. I like getting these awesome things into other people's collections, and that's what the community is all about. That's what I set out to do in the beginning, and I think I've kind of maintained that course. So here's just another shot, and you can kind of see the interior. Like I haven't broken the piece out yet for the door, but there's a hinging door that like opens up and drops down to the bottom, and there's little chairs that go in there and a couple other little doodads. I haven't quite got that far with the printing.
That's beautiful, man.
Oh, and there's my new taps for my bathtub right there.
Nice. Always need those.
Oh well, shucks, pirate, you're not so bad yourself, brother. Oh, and then yeah, so Lord of Thane got this file on Etsy, which I never even think of doing when I'm buying files and stuff like that. And then everybody wants one, pirates, but we'll have to talk, man. You got a lot of Marvel Legends that I want for custom, so yeah, man, it is dope, man. I love printing this stuff. I love screwing around with this crap like all the time. And another one I picked up this week. Super impressed with this. I'm almost considering sending this over to Redeemer for the cloth goods treatment.
Oh, nice.
Send it over. Yeah, let me work on it, dude.
I will. I totally send it to you. Cloth goods them up, man. This guy and they did it. Yeah. I just see you're probably drooling under that helmet right now. You're like,
dude, just let me work on that guy, dude.
I'm gonna have like no pairs of underwears left after I get that guy. Cut them all up. What's that brown streak on his cape, bro?
Dude, I'm excited to work on that one. That's 100%.
I'll send it off with the 3 3/4 ones then, and then I'll like eagerly anticipate its return. I guess that's all you can really do. And then another one, I got a shout out. He's in the chat right now. Wentzilla Man. We did a trade, and I don't know. He was like, Wentzilla's a horrible salesman. He's like, you want to buy these fucking things because I hate them. And then it's like, well, I don't know. Do I want them? But he sent me the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom figures. I fucking love these things, man. These are great. And my son's 10 years old, and he came down and saw all these animals and the weapons. He's like, oh, Dad. He's like, I want to do the weapons. And I'm like, hey, man, like, yeah, I just like dumped everything out on the table, and my son actually like kitted them all out. But you can't see it here, but he had this idea where he put like 2 crossbows in the one cat guys. It looks all badass and stuff like that. But he did a great job kitting them all out. Like he obviously matched the weapons with the colors and stuff like that. But I was like, yeah, man, it's all you. You can like kit these guys out. But these are awesome figures, man. Like, thanks like a ton, Josh. Like I know you just didn't give them to me. I know we're doing a trade, but still, when I get down the road, when I get into like I think what I'm gonna do is take my Mythic Legions, Masterverse, and those Animal Warriors of the Kingdom and do like one big diorama, like get the Origins figures out of the diorama behind me and put them up on a shelf, and then put all the awesome like Masterverse and Classics and like Mythic Legions and everybody like all into like one setup, like so it looks awesome because it will.
Yeah.
Tar. Okay, TAR. He's been asking a few times.
Yeah, I just saw that.
I saw it. I saw it last week. I'm sorry I didn't answer last week. So I ended up giving that to my son because I got lazy and didn't want to customize it. So there's your update.
So there's your update.
So yeah, I don't know. There it goes. But maybe we'll do a future challenge. But yeah, as we're getting towards the end here, I am gonna. Well, you got a new contest coming Friday on WMC. We're doing a panel show, so we're gonna have a couple of people that haven't been on for a while. They're gonna show off some of their stuff. We're gonna shoot the shit, kind of like we are tonight, but maybe in a little more organized fashion. Probably not really, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, so we're doing that. We're gonna give like the full breakdown, full details on the Goblin contest. And anybody watching the chat right now, if you guys want to start sending me your Goblin pics on IG if they're ready, I will show them off on Friday, and maybe that will help inspire other people with their designs and stuff like that. Like I've sneak peeked a few really like Lord of Thane's got a great one. Pirates is working on a great one. Eddie's got a really cool one going on. I probably forgot a few other people, but yeah, no, a lot of people are like digging into that contest like hardcore. So, but yeah, but Redeemer, you were a little late to the show tonight, and we knew that was happening. I guess I didn't say Fama was taking the night off, so yeah, you didn't see Fama the whole time, so he's not here.
Yeah.
But Redeemer, you got anything you want to talk about or plug or anything before we get towards wrapping it up here, bro?
I actually got something. I was working on. Did I show this off last week? I don't think I did. Let's see if I can turn the camera around. Turn this on. Boom, 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 boom. We go on. Actually, I'll just show it off like this. So last week, I showed this dude off. He's not done yet, right? So I cut this off, but I still have to replace the soft goods. Most of what I did was replace his lower half. I don't know if y'all can see what I did to the spacer. I removed most of the armor because I like less armor and more like leather and cloth. Yeah. So that's pretty much the idea I was going with this guy. He was like fully stocked out in armor, super chunky. I mean, he's still kind of a chunky boy, but you know, just the boots themselves is what kind of sold me on it.
That's pretty sweet, man. What are the legs from?
The legs are actually from a Custodes Space Marine. So it's still from the same line of figures, but it's from a different like hierarchy of like Space Marine.
Faction.
So they're like the top tier. They're basically drawn directly from the Emperor himself. So yeah. So I took the legs. I felt like the legs would work with this because of the fact that this guy originally came with like a brown belt buckle. He had kind of like that Templar look. I mean, he's a Black Templar Space Marine. The crown on his head, and then everything else just kind of fit in and matched with it. Like I said, I wanted to remove more armor for him and give him more of like I don't know what to call it yet, but like he's on a crusade, So I have to take photos of this guy today to have it for a collaboration that's coming up on Wednesday. Y'all gonna see a few photos of this dude, but yeah, this is the only thing I've been working on so far. And yeah, man, you guys are gonna have more to see a little bit later on. I mean, I have a few things that I'm also painting, but I'm not gonna showcase. I'll probably be doing it next Monday. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
That collaboration wouldn't be with our good friends over at Toymerks, would it?
It's with Toymerks, and it's also with a group that's from Toymerks. So they made a Warhammer group specific for Warhammer stuff. So every Wednesday, Warhammer Wednesday, that's a big thing, and it's kind of becoming sort of that. And I'm trying to hit the mark on that every single Wednesday. I don't think I've missed a beat just yet.
I'm definitely looking to buy a Blood Angel. So.
Oh, dude, those are great figures.
These figures, like, they blew my mind, man. Like, as big as they are, I mean, this is the guy, right?
That's the guy I was talking about.
Yeah, I removed his.
I guess you had him less armored.
Yeah, you can take off like the shoulder pads and stuff, so you can remove these things off of him and give him like a more leaned out look,
So he's a salamander, right?
He's a salamander, yeah.
Salamander.
Okay, so I'm thinking I like Blood Angels a little more.
Oh yeah, Blood Angels.
The reason I like him specifically is because green is my favorite color.
Oh no, yeah, dude. This guy, like, he's a winner for me.
He's sick. He is sick.
100%. Like,
And he brings an alternate head sculpt, right? He brings an alternate head sculpt.
Comes with a separate head sculpt and everything, dude. Like,
Sick.
I just don't know. I don't think I've ever seen a chunky figure as chunky as this guy. Like, be able to move, has double jointed knees, double jointed elbows, and then the dude can actually pull his arms close to hold his gun, you know, like his pistols, whatever it is that you
Oh,
use.
that's dope. That always
Yeah.
pisses me off about figures, man. Especially GI Joe figures. It's like, no, you need like they're shooting. Like you need them to be able to hold on to their gun with 2 hands.
Look at his hands.
That's dope.
Sheesh.
Wow, that is great articulation, man.
This guy's he's chunky, but he's
man.
crazy, dude.
That's Joy Toy for you, though, man. They always like step it up. Like every time something new comes out from them or the next line, there's always some kind of improvement. Yeah, see you later, Adrian. Also, Lord of Thane's got to get some sleep on a Wednesday night. So yeah, the deadline for that birthday contest.
Dead Man's here.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Dead Man showing up right at the end of the show.
Bro.
Better late than never, huh?
Oh yeah, always. It's always good to see Dead Man. Like, yeah, those guys are solid. Him and Skelly, man, I always love hanging out with those guys on the team or whether it's on our show. It's always a good time. But yeah, I don't know.
Toy mercs.
We're good. Yeah, we are all toy mercs. Remember that.
Remember that.
Really? What is he really? What's he talking about? Maybe Samo Skelly. I like Skelly too. I can like both of you guys. You're both cool. But yeah, anyways, yeah. So that's enough of that. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. We're an hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, I want to thank everybody in the chat for coming out. Remember, you can go by with the links, support the Patreon, buy our merch, WMC, Eddie, Famine, all that stuff. I guess your next hit is going to be tomorrow night at 9 p.m. when Famine goes live. And yeah, there will definitely be a World Makers Consortium Friday. It's going to be a panel show. We're going to have some guys on. They're going to show off some stuff, maybe give us a few little updates. We're going to talk some shit about toys, maybe some other stuff, and see if we can fill that room right up and bog my internet right the fuck down on Friday. So, yeah. So until then, yeah, everybody take it easy and keep building. And most importantly, be kind to each other and respect Mother Earth. Peace out.